Okay, happy Easter. We're going to go over the strategies now that I like to spam and move over and over and over again. Basically, currency farm. So now that you understand the basic premise of calls and puts, we're going to go over the strategies on what I use them. They're basically just obviously the difference between having the right to buy and having the right to sell. So we're going to go over, I think we already did this example, but we're going to review it and then we're going to go into another strategy, okay? So April 19th, we're going to begin with a credit spread. So we're going to sell this one call, collect $21, okay? But we're going to buy the one immediately above it, okay? So now there's a 50-cent differential in between the strike prices over here to the left, okay? That's a bad example. Let me choose a dollar difference. Actually, that's even worse. This is all hypothetical, right? So now that there's 50 cents in between, times 100, that's $50, okay? We're going to create this spread where we're selling the $44.50 call, buying the call right above it, okay? We're going to be getting paid basically $6 for this spread, okay? That's the first strategy, okay? We can do the same thing with the puts, but we're not just going to just use the call spread or just use the put spread. We can combine these two into one order. So what I mean by that is, now that we have our call spread, now let's set up our put spread. Okay, so the 42.50, we're going to buy the one below it. Okay, and now we have something called an iron condor, where we basically have two spreads going in at the same time. Okay, you can see that our max profit is around $20, and we're only risking basically $50. So we're using 50 to collect 20. We can collect this within 19 days. So as long as the stock stays between, as you can see at the top left here, up in the white numbers, right? As long as it stays between 42.50 and 44.50, we're going to profit that $20. If it goes past that, we'll be down $30. Okay? So this is the first strategy, the iron condor. We already know about the call spread, where we'll profit as long as it stays below. That's the iron condor. We have the credit spread with the iron condor. Now we have this is what's called a butterfly. What I'm about to show you right here. So we're selling this butterfly, it doesn't matter whether or not you deal with calls or puts. When we get into adjustment strategies for these particular trades, then it will matter whether or not you're doing calls and puts, but that's in a more advanced topic. Right now, for a simple butterfly, I'm going to be buying the in the money put, and let's say we'll go $2 out, go to 41.50, and then we'll go $2 up from here, so that's 45.5. Alright, I'm going to make the adjustments. So it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, we're going to use a custom order. The one that we sold, we're going to sell 2 of. Okay, so now what we have here is a butterfly. So the max profit we can make is $103, Max profit we could lose is $97. So this is like a 50-50 shot. I never initiate my trades with butterflies. I usually end up using butterflies as an adjustment. Okay. The first two strategies I showed you, which is the credit spread and the iron condor, are the two main ones that I use to spam. Okay. But what I want you to sort of visualize is these graphs right here, right? Because when I trade options, I'm not trading, I'm not buying the stock at $100 hoping to go up, it will go up to 110, right? I'm not really doing that. I'm making money off the ranges of these stocks, and you can visualize them by looking at here, right? So this is strategy number 3. Okay. Now we can decide to alleviate if we do have a bias on a direction of a stock. Hypothetically, if we believe that it's going to go up, we can break a wing of this butterfly here. So as you can see, this is the body, this green line in between here. This is the body, this is the head, and these two are the wings of this butterfly. Okay. So if I want to have a sort of an upward, remove the upside risk, I can always break the wing, remove it closer to the ones that I'm selling, and as you can see here, my range is a little bit wider. My profit range is a little bit wider now that I've broken one of the wings. This is a broken wing butterfly that I'm teaching right here. Okay, so now our profit origins is expanded, right? But it's more likely if it does continue to go up that we'll only collect $7, which is not bad, it's still a profit. But our tail risk is a little bit higher. I believe so. Broken wing butterflies are amazing. Okay, I would say that they are slightly superior to the normal butterfly. Because you can choose which side of the trade will have zero risk. So if you have a bias in some sort of way that it'll go up or go down or whatever, you can break one of the wings and you will have no risk to that side, hypothetically. So this is the 4th strategy. I use these quite a lot, simply because of the fact that I will have zero risk to one side. And there's always a potential for me to make this max profit, and my profit range is a lot wider, right? As far as choosing the expirations, I like to choose weekly expirations where they expire in 5 days or less, so that way I can get paid faster. Okay, so I can create these spreads within a weekly time frames, within monthly time frames, depending upon like how active I'm going to be on the servers and how much I'm going to log in to play the game. But I generally prefer weeklies because I get paid faster. So to go over, we have your normal credit spreads, right? So we have the normal credit spread, right? Where it looks like this. Then we have our iron condor. I think it's 50 cents. It's a little bit wider, but there's risk to each side. But our profit range is a little bit bigger because we have 2 credit spreads. We have butterflies. This was a $1.50 difference. Two strikes, yeah. Customize it. So butterflies, and then we always have our broken wing butterfly here. Okay, so those are the four main strategies that I use to either be somewhat directional neutral or half neutral, half directional. The broken wing butterflies is half neutral, half directional. So there you go. That's the four main strategies that I spam. Now, the next lesson will probably be somewhere around making adjustments to these strategies, but I usually spam them. And there's a little bit more criteria that I use to choose which one that I'm using when and what strike prices I'm using, because there's also a technique I can use for choosing these, which I will go over later.